and welcome to March for Humanity. I am Amma, and today is a sad day on many accounts because it is the first day of the fourth year of the war of Putin's aggression against the independent country of Ukraine. And many tragedies have happened in 3 years. I feel like it's worth contemplating this day, though, because there has been a sea change. In the beginning, everyone was shocked that Ukraine stood up and amazed by their determination and their skill and their inventiveness, and they were confronted by the second best army in the world, and they have worn them down. They have worn them out. The Russians are using donkeys and mopeds to go to war. If the rest of the world had taken this more seriously starting 3 years ago, this could be over with Ukraine having won. They just needed more supplies, more support, and real sanctions. Too many countries allowed for violations of the sanctions. I mean, there's an entire shadow fleet of tankers distributing Russian oil, and that's just happening. But there has been a sea change this past year, and Europe started to really get on board. And blessedly, there has been a failure on the part of Putin and Trump. They thought they had this all worked out. Putin would act like he didn't want Trump. Oh, he wants Harris, propaganda was saying. And Trump picked some people that looked like they were friendly to Ukraine, and I never believed any of it for a minute, but I watch 10 videos a day about Ukraine and Trump, and most people don't have that luxury or craziness. So, anyway, when President Trump, who is bringing utter chaos to the democracy of America, and in fact fired all the chiefs of the military on Friday night, a few days ago, over the weekend, when people aren't paying as much attention. 1 month into his coup, it's moving much more quickly than I expected, but I think that is part of it's necessary. Before people can catch their breaths or manage one thing, another thing happens. He did that in his first administration too, just not quite as dangerously and vastly dictatorially. But when he called President Volodymyr Zelensky a dictator, people just, it rattled people's heads, their brains. They're like, what? And when his envoys started to peter out, and when Trump said he could have this peace talk with just Putin, and then he overplayed his hand about the resources, and Ukraine was supposed to now pay back money that had not been loans, money that had been given. It was just too much. Today I watched a meeting, over a dozen, 2 dozen maybe, major prime ministers, presidents, leaders of European countries were in Kiev, and about another 2 dozen came online, joined by video, and including Iceland and Canada and The support for Ukraine is now concrete. And sadly, more people have died, more towns and villages have been destroyed. We didn't have to get here, but we're here. And on this anniversary, right now, is almost the time that Volodymyr Zelensky came out in the street after the bombing raid on the night of the 24th of February, 2022. The next day, he does not take the offer of the ride. He says he needs ammunition. And he comes out in the street, and on his iPhone, he makes this video with the mayor of Kiev and various other representatives. And it was just about this time, 3 years ago exactly. And the world understood this is different. And now I feel kind of like those banks that are too big to fail and they have to get the resources of the government. I think Ukraine is too valuable to fail. And in this meeting, one country, I believe Denmark, is giving €1.5 billion. One country. And Ursula von der Leyen was there, and she's always giving money to Ukraine. And I think the future, sadly, will still be deadly. But there's been a sea change, and Ukraine is going to win this war. Thank you. It takes everybody. Throw your support. There are many places you can contribute. There are many videos you can watch. And we all need to be in this fight because it's about humanity. Take care. Slava Ukraini.